Hi students, today we are discussing in fifth unit the third concept that is nothing but template method design pattern. Okay, a template method design a pattern. What is the main intent today we are seeing? Okay, the template design pattern, what does the short statement that tells you the main intention define the skeleton or a blueprint of an algorithm in an operation and postponing some steps to subclasses. Let's subclasses redefine certain steps of an algorithm without changing the algorithm's structure. What is the main theory, principles, and the real life examples we've seen here? Just here, we need to define the skeleton of an algorithm in an operation. In this sense, what we want to perform, just it defines a sequence of steps of an algorithm. Let us take a program. Now we have to written a program in a step by step a process. Let us take in a template method. If we have to do one template method in a step by step a process, that is nothing but a series of steps of an algorithm we must and should follow. Here what they can say, the subclasses can override the steps, but it won't allow to alter the sequence of steps. Yes, exactly. You here what we have to be studied there. Just we can override the subclasses can you override the steps, but it won't allow to change, or but it won't allow to alter the sequence of steps. For example, we can see what I have to explain now. The template just defines the program, a skeleton, or we can say blueprint of an algorithm. Just we want to perform an operation. Just we are differing some steps of subclasses. Okay, here let's redefine the certain steps of an algorithm. Here to without changing the structure of an algorithm, Okay, let us, if we have to take some banner. Okay, the banner, if you have to create one banner, just if you need to follow one template method. Exactly, yes. In a banner, what we have to do, first of all, a title. The title is there. Yes, just we have to be modified the title, and then some image will be there. In that banner we have some image, just we have to be modified that image also, and then finally we have to give some phone number, some website links, some whatever it may be. Just website link if we have to give in, if we have to modify, and if we have to give some phone numbers, mobile numbers, whatever. Okay, just we have to design the banner. In the sense, let us take one template, a method, a design, a pattern, template method, a design pattern. Just we need to design in a step by step manner, in the sense in a sequence manner. Okay, the key here to the template method design pattern is that we put the general logic in the abstract parent class. In the abstract parent class we put the general logic. Okay, and let us take the child class also. Just we need to define the specifics, whatever. Okay, in a template in a template method design pattern, it comes under the category of behavioral design pattern. It comes under the concept of class behavioral design pattern. Okay, let us take one more example. It is very clearly you can understand that. In the sense, in a template method design pattern, just we need to build a house. Okay, let us take one house. Okay, concrete house or wooden house, whatever it may be. Just we need to build a house. Okay, let us take a concrete house and wooden house. First of all, we need to building some, we need to build a house. What you need, what if we have need some material? Okay, first of all, we do what we have to do, we have to do some basement. Okay, basement we have to follow. In a wooden house we want to follow some basement, and coming to the concrete house we need some basement. And then what you have to do, pillars, if we have to be constructed a pillars in wooden house as well as concrete house. And coming to the after pillars we have to be constructed the side walls in a house, how to construct the side walls. And coming to the interior concrete design, how, and coming to the exterior concrete design. Okay, if we have to be constructed like both concrete house and as well as wooden house, but we have to differ here concrete house and wooden house. But what the template method design pattern here is, it defines a sequence of steps of a particular house we need to construct. We want to follow what we want to follow, the template platform. We want to follow a template platform. Okay, in coming to the according to the software development, if we have to take some A and B, A in the sense US clients, B in the sense Australia clients is there. Some coming to the US clients, they are taking some banking service. And coming to the Australia clients, they are dealing with business service. According to the software development, just we need to follow the 4 steps in a template method platform. That is nothing but analysis. First of all, we need to analyze what we have to do, analyze the design, the implementation, how we want to implement that platform. How, first of all, we need to analysis. 4 steps must and should follow the template method design pattern. Okay, according to the software development, first of all, we need to analysis, and then we need to design what you need when you do that design. Okay, and then we have to be develop, when you have to be develop, where you have to develop, how to develop that, and finally we have to test that. These 4 steps it must and should follow according to the software development. Okay, this is the main intention. Coming to the theory section, these are the principles section, and coming to the real life examples of a template design pattern. It's a template is a method, template is a method. Okay, template method design pattern. Okay, coming to the motivation section, what does the main motto it does supports? Okay, in one more example you need, in the sense real life example. For example, if you want to make a coffee, the first step we need to add water, and then we want to add some boiling water, and then if we have to be add milk, and then if we have to add sugar. Okay, and then if we have to add some brew powder, likewise as well as in brew powder place we can add some Nescafe coffee powder. Similar manner we have to do. It's a template method in the sense we have to follow. It defines a sequence of steps we need to follow. Okay, we need to build we need to prepare a coffee, we need to make a coffee. We have to take one template method we have to be follow. First and sure we have to follow one method. That is the best example of a template method, a design, a pattern. And coming to the motivation section, what does the main motto it supports to you? Okay, now let us see the motivation section. Consider we have to take one application consider an application framework. As a template is nothing but it's a framework. If we have to take one application framework, just that provides you application and document classes. Okay, the application here, look at the diagram below. Here we have some document class and then application class. The application class is responsible for opening existing documents. Okay, already we need to store it in an external format such as some files. Coming to a document object, what it represents the information in a document once it's read from the file. So here the application built with the framework, second subclass. The application and document to suit the specific needs, whatever they need to specify. For example, if we have to take a drawing application, just it defines draw application and draw document. Okay, draw application and draw document subclasses. If we and a spreadsheet application, what it defines spreadsheet application and spreadsheet document subclasses. Here what we have to see, the document extends my document. Here application declares the interface my application and then it returns a new my document. Here see what it build the document. Here the application, what is the meaning of the application abstract class? It abstract class, it defines the algorithm for just we are opening and reading a document, opening and reading a document in its open document operation. So we let us see the example here. The open document, what it, the abstract application class, listen carefully, the abstract application class defines the algorithm for opening and reading a document in its open document operation. Okay, what is the open document? Here just it defines each step for opening a document, defines each step for opening a document, and then we have to be check if the document can be opened or not, and then if we have to be creates the application oriented specific document object, and then if we have to be add it to its set of documents, if you need to be added some set of documents, and then if you have to read the document from a file, if you have to be read the document from a file, and finally you have to be called it as it's a template a method. What is a template method? Let us see what is a template method. Already we seen it defines an algorithm. In the sense, an algorithm, what the algorithm, a sequence of steps or to do a particular task. Okay, it defines an algorithm in terms of abstract operation. Abstract operation in the sense, in abstract application class, just we need to define the algorithm for opening and reading a document in its open document operation. Okay, that subclasses we need to override to provide a concrete behavior. Just we need to define an operation that lets the application, whatever the application subclasses, just if you know when the document is about to be opened, when the document is about to be opened, just we need to define an operation how to perform. Let's, if we have to take an application subclasses, okay, know how when the document is about to be opened. And coming to the my application class is there subclass, it's a subclass of application class. My application subclass, what it defines, if you want to do create some documents, it can open documents, and about to open a documents, just we have to define the steps of an algorithm that will check if the document can be opened, it can open document, and that creates the document. In the sense, we want to do how to create that particular document. Okay, here we seen some document classes. Okay, what is document class? Just we need to define the step that reads the document. If we have to do read operation, okay, we define the step that reads the document, define the step that reads the document, do read operation. Okay, this is the concept of this is the best example, a document application, how the drawing application defines and draw document subclasses. And coming to the spreadsheet application, what it defines, spreadsheet application and spreadsheet document subclasses. Okay, it is the best example of template method design pattern. And coming to the applicability in the sense, when we use the template method pattern, okay, it should be used to implement the invariant parts of an algorithm, the invariant parts of an algorithm once, and leave it up to subclasses to implement the behavior that can vary. Okay, what the first application here, what that says to you, just we want to implement the invariant parts of that algorithm once, and then if we have to leave the subclasses to implement the particular behavior, what can that vary. Okay, and coming to the second one, when common behavior among several subclasses, it should be factored and localized in a common class to avoid code duplication. Yes, exactly. And what the meaning in the sense, coming to the common behavior, when in the sense among you have to be taken some subclasses, this is a good example of refactoring to generalize as described here. First, if you have to be identify the differences in the existing code, and then separate the differences into new operations. Finally, you can replace the differing code with a template method just that calls one of these new operations. Okay, this is the concept of that one. Okay, first if we have to be identify the differences in the existing code, and then if we have to separate those differences into taking a new operations, finally you can replace the different code with a template method, okay, that calls one of these new operations. And coming to the last applicability, if you want to be control the subclasses extensions, in the sense you just if you can to control subclasses extensions, you can define a template method that calls hook operation. In the sense, let us see the in sequences consequences, in that at specific points we can represent that extensions. Okay, here we need to define a template method that calls hook operation at specific point, thereby permitting extensions only at those points. They are permitting that extensions. And coming to the structure of template method, a pattern structure, in the sense a graphical notation, it shows how those classes and objects, how they are represented as a scenario. And coming to the participants also, how those classes and objects participate to carry out their particular responsibilities. Coming to the abstract class, at motivation section, and at abstract class, in place of abstract class, it's the application class. Okay, it defines abstract primitive operations. That concrete subclasses, that here look at the diagram here, structure, it defines abstract primitive operations that concrete subclasses define to implement the steps of an algorithm. Okay, the concrete subclasses define to implement, here we have to be defined to implement those steps of an algorithm. Just we need to implement here a template method defining the skeleton or blueprint of an algorithm. The template method calls primitive operations. As well as here giving some operations defined in abstract class or those of other objects. Here coming to the one subclass here, concrete class is a abstract class, just declares the interface of a subclass, that is a concrete class. The concrete class my application, in the sense at motivation section we have to be taken the subclass my application. What it implements the primitive operations. Here look at the diagram, it implements the primitive operations to carry out subclass specifically steps of that particular algorithm. Nothing in concrete class we need to study, just we need to implement the primitive operations to carry out subclass specifically. Okay, and we need to follow those steps of that particular algorithm. And coming to the collaboration section, how to collaborate those classes and objects to carry their responsibilities, in the sense the collaboration, the concrete class, it relies on abstract class. Look at the in seen the structure representation, we seen the, look at this diagram. Concrete class just rely on abstract class. Just we need to implement the invariant steps of the algorithm, to implement the invariant steps of the algorithm. That is nothing to be a collaboration a section. And coming to the consequences, okay, now see the consequences. What is consequence? Consequences describes the result of applying whatever this pattern. The template method here, the template methods are a fundamental technique for code reuse. The template method design pattern, it is a fundamental technique for code reuse. They are particularly important in class libraries. It is very important in class libraries, and because they are the means of, they are the means for factoring out how the common behavior in library classes. Just we seen the template method. The template method lead to an inverted control structure. Inverted control structure, that's sometimes referred to as the Hollywood principle. It's a very important principle, that is, don't call us, we will call you. Okay, listen carefully. Template method lead to an inverted control structure, that sometimes we are referred to as Hollywood principle. That is nothing but don't call us, we will call you. In the sense, it refers to how a parent class, the parent class, abstract parent class, calls the operation of a subclass and not the other way. Okay, so here the template methods call the following kinds of operation. In the sense, in coming to the concrete operations, either on the concrete class or on we can say client classes, just we need to take some concrete operations, how to perform this. And concrete abstract class operations, that is nothing but operations that are generally useful to subclasses. Operations what we have to be performed that are generally useful to subclasses. Okay, and coming to the primitive operations, that is nothing but abstract operations. And coming to the factory method, see factory method pattern, already we discussed the factory method design pattern in unit number 2. Okay, and coming to the hook operations, what the hook operation, what does it mean? Which provides some default behavior that subclasses can extend if it is necessary. Listen carefully. The hook operation, which provides some default behavior that subclasses, if we have some subclasses, that subclasses can extend if it is necessary. A hook operation often does nothing by default. Okay, it's very important concept for particularly, it's very essential for template method design pattern, especially we need to specify which operations are hooks. We need to specify which operations are hooks and which are abstract operations. Okay, just we need to reuse an abstract class effectively. And subclass writers must and should understand which operations are designed for overriding purpose or designed for overriding. Here we seen one example. A subclass can extend a parent class operation behavior just by overriding the operation and calling the parent operation explicitly. We can see here void derived class scope resolution operation. It's an operation, in the sense some function will be there. And in the sense, what derived class, what here derived class do? Derived class extended that behavior, extended a parent class operation behavior by overriding those operation. And we need to calling here the parent operation here. See, look at this, parent class scope resolution operation function, and then semicolon and close the brace. In the sense, a subclass can extend a parent class operation behavior just by overriding the operation and calling the parent operation explicitly. Unfortunately, it's very easy to forget to call the inherited operation. Just we can transform such operations into a template method to give the parent control. So how the subclasses can extend it, we can see the idea is to call a hook operation from a template method. Okay, the idea is to call a hook operation from a template method in the parent class. So then the subclasses can then override this hook operation. Is here, look at this operation void in the sense nothing, and coming to the parent class scope resolution operation, and what the parent class behavior tells to you, the parent class control how the subclass has extended its hook operation function, and then hook operation does nothing in parent class. We have to be write in void parent class scope resolution operation, and then we have to write hook operation function. Here the subclasses override hook operation to extend its particular behavior. Then void derived class scope resolution operation hook operation function, and then open the brace. What the derived class here do? Derived class extension. Okay, derived class extension. This is the consequences part of template method design pattern. And later class we discuss the implementation section, noun uses, and what are the related patterns of a template method a design pattern. Okay ma, up to now, thank you one and all.